Good morning, everybody. This is Kelvin from the Stats office in Hong Kong, and I would like to take this opportunity to introduce you to some of the banknote highlights from our April auction. Everybody in the Hong Kong and the US and our other worldwide offices have worked hard to assemble a superb auction for April. We find strength in across areas, Chinese notes, notably from the Republic of China era, the foreign banks session, which I will give more details later, and the PRC notes. Also, the Hong Kong section is especially good this time round, as well as notes from Southeast Asia, which, to my memory, is the best that we've seen in recent years. So from now, I will give some highlights from a general catalogue, which includes some very good banknotes from different collections. For example, the Al Kugel collection, the Peter Shi collection, Part 2, and also the Voyager collection of foreign banks in China, Part 1. And others too, which at this time is a little bit too early to disclose, but which I will make clear as the weeks go by. So starting with the general highlights from Hong Kong. So the first note which I would like to specifically point out is a superb water carrier $5 color trail from HSBC, and that was issued in 1906. Now, many people who collect Hong Kong banknotes will know that a color trails of this type is extremely rare. There are two colors known, the purple and the brown. And to my knowledge, this is possibly unique. And even if it's not, there's only one other one known. It's a bit difficult to ascertain at this point. But at most, two notes known. And people who collect notes from this era will know that the actual date of issue starts from 1909, while this note is dated 1906, 3 years before the actual issue date. And it's special in the sense that no issue notes of 1906 were ever issued. The second Hong Kong note, which I would like to draw your attention to, is the 1912 Chartered Bank $100 color trail graded PMG 61. This is known as the solitary wooden bridge in Hong Kong, and it's special in the sense that it is one of 6, possibly 8, true printing notes known. Now, what do I mean by the true printing? True printing means the actual printing done by Waterloo and Sons, and that includes issue notes, true color specimens, and color trials. So, extremely rare in any form and in any color. And for people who collect these notes, there are many, many counterfeit notes, contemporary counterfeit notes from this period, which make this note an exceedingly rare and highly collectible. Okay, the third note is a more modern issue. It is a 1985 HSBC $1,000 note, colloquially known as the egg yolk 1000, because of its color. Now, why do I pick this note? Well, I mean, you can obviously see that this is a solid number 8, which in the East is a highly auspicious number, because the sound of number 8 is similar to the word rich. And having, a solid number 8 is one of the highlights and one of the high points in collectors of special numbers. We've sold a similar example. I think it's an AC prefix solid 8, graded 66 EPQ, back in October 2024, for a total of $19,200 US dollars, including the buyer's commission. So this one being a 67, we anticipate an even higher bid, and surely it is one of the highlights in our auction. Okay, so that's the 3 Hong Kong banknotes which I would like to draw your attention to. Now I will go through some of the Chinese paper money highlights. Starting first with the Honan Yuchun Official Bank One Tael, dated 1905. To date, as far as I know, this note is unique, and it has a very special place in my heart because I first came across this back in late 2010 when I was in London. At that point, I remember the owner then was an old lady whose husband had passed on, and she had clearly no idea how much the banknote and the collection was worth. So in the end, I and my colleagues went through the collection and saw that her husband had paid $1,000 for the note in sometime in the 1970s. Now, at that time, virtually nobody collected Chinese banknotes, so to pay $1,000 was a huge amount and reflects how rare this note is. Now, in the end, this note sold for quite a bit of money, and we hope, that we can achieve a similar result in April. Okay, the next note is a Deutsche Asiatische Bank, $10 issued from the Tianjin branch. Now, the DAB notes are among the most iconic notes that we know, and why? Because it features Germania holding a spear at right among all the different denominations and the different branches. The DAB was founded in 1889 in China by a consortium of 13 German banks, led by the Deutsche Bank, and it acted as an official overseas bank for Germany and dealt with matters such as loans, foreign exchange, investments, and the issuance of currency. And during its brief history, it didn't issue that many notes, and all notes are considered rare, apart from a couple of denominations. Okay, the next highlight that I would like to draw your attention to is a complete collection of first series renminbi specimens that we took in from one single vendor. And it includes the keynotes, such as the large junk 100 yuan and the Zhang 500 yuan specimen notes, as well as the running horse, the Mongolian tent, etc. All of these are in exceedingly good condition and should be a main focus for collectors. Okay, so now I would like to say a few words about the world banknote highlights, starting with the Old Man 100 Dong note from South Vietnam. Now, this note, is extremely famous among collectors because it's one of the most beautiful notes issued or designed, in my opinion. It shows an elderly man at left with a temple at right, and with an amazing blend of bright and vivid colours. Now, these past few years, quite a few specimen notes have come out, so the prices have dropped somewhat. But please remember, or take note, that this is a proof note without the watermark at the centre, and the proofs remain exceedingly rare. I've just looked up the PMG population report, and there's only 4 notes graded, and this is one of them. The next one is a French Indochina $5 or 5 piastres, dated 1900, issued by the Saigon branch. This note is just simply rare. Again, it only has a total PMG population of 4 pieces and is actually one of the highest grades. The next world note that I would like to say a few words about is a British India 5 rupees with the portrait of George V, issued between 1928 to 1935. This note is not exactly a rare type in itself, but it's graded PMG 67 EPQ, which means it is one of the 3 highest graded notes extant, and as such, I anticipate strong interest and bidding on the day. Okay, now this is the 4th and the last world note from the general catalogue, and I've picked the Netherlands Indies 500 Gulden, featuring Queen Wilhelmina at right. The 500 Gulden is the highest denomination of the series, and plus the fact that it is an issue note, and without any negative comments at the back. The Netherlands Indies material have skyrocketed over the past few years, especially this type, this note, to be precise. And again, we will anticipate strong interest on the day. Okay, the final section of this video is the introduction of the Voyager collection of foreign banks in China. The Voyager collection has been accumulated in a very meticulous fashion over the past 25 years and focuses on quality and the breadth of material. So the collector would focus on a bank, for example, HSBC, and he would strive to collect all the notes, all the dates, and all the different types, as in specimens, issue notes, color trials of the bank to give a complete collection. It's a gargantuan and a difficult task to accomplish, but I think he's done a very extremely good job of doing so. And we are proud to present his collection over two parts, beginning in April 2025, and then the second part in October 2025. So just a few words on the April highlights. The first note that I would like to introduce from the Voyager collection is the Banque de l'Indochine $100 specimen note bearing the Shanghai branch name. The bank was founded in 1875 to operate in the French colonies. And it first opened its China branch in Canton in 1889, followed by Shanghai in 1899. I think hardly issue notes of these notes exist, perhaps a few in, of the low denominations, but certainly for the $100, we haven't seen any issue notes. And it's a relatively short-lived series. So any notes, be they issue notes of the low denominations or the specimens, are exceedingly hard to come by, let alone in this gorgeous 65 EPQ condition. The next one highlight is a 300 cash note issued by the Russo Chinese Bank, dated 1898. It's a very special note in terms of the design is similar to a local tianzhuang or a Chinese local banknote, with traditional Chinese artwork within the borders, rather than the usual westernized designs that we see later on. The Russo Chinese Bank was founded in 1895 after the Treaty of Shimonoseki, when China lost the war to Japan. And, and it first opened its branch in Shanghai in February 1896. And so this note, dated 1898, is among the first notes issued by the bank for circulation in China. And, exceedingly rare. The next highlight from the Voyager collection is a $5 remainder note issued by the Netherlands Trading Society in 1909, bearing the Shanghai branch name. It has the serial numbers 127006, but without the signatures. So it never really circulated, and as such, it is perfectly preserved in gem condition. In recent years, banknotes from this issuer has skyrocketed, and I don't think a remainder of this quality has been sold in the last couple of years. So immense interest, strong bidding will be anticipated. The next highlight from Voyager is an Asiatic Banking Corporation 50-tail specimen issued in the early 1860s, bearing the Shanghai branch name. Now, this bank was founded in 1864 in Bombay by a British businessman. And in a period of financial speculation, the bank unfortunately liquidated in 1866, which means any notes that it issued had a very short lifespan, and hardly any, or if any, issue notes from this bank circulated in Shanghai or Hong Kong. Although we do see some circulated notes, from Ceylon, but apart from Ceylon, any issue notes in Shanghai or other Chinese cities, including Hong Kong, are non-extant. So this specimen is the only way that you can get a banknote from this bank. The next highlight is a Deutsche Asiatic Bank $25 specimen bearing the Shanghai branch name. Well, I mean, did I say more? It's a rare note, unusual denomination, and in fairly decent grade, PMG 58. So, and we've not seen one before. First time. The last note from the Voyager collection is an issued $5 by HSBC dated 1920, bearing the Tenzin branch name. Beautiful colors, a pleasant combination of red, yellow, and black, and with very exquisite engravings of Chinese scenes by Europeans, which adds to its eye appeal. Okay, so I think this is 16 or 17 highlights from our April auction. And for any further information, please do not hesitate to contact us. Thank you.
Hello, Nirad at Stackbauer. I am very excited for the upcoming April Hong Kong auction. I can share some of the super highlight that we have. 1928, okay, year 17. China Republic, General Jiangsu in dollar, known as the Tiger King. And I will rate it among the top 10 rare Chinese coin. General Jiang Zuolin, heroic for fighting against Japanese invasion on northeast of China. Later become the governor of Fengtian. The condition is soft tone PCGS SP62. 1902, China, Zheqiang 20 cent. This particular coin is razor sharp on the luster, a champion of the condition, population 1, PCGS SP67. 1911, China Empire dollar with the reverse dragon, excessively rare and popular coin PCGS SP61. Now we get into the modern issue, 1986 China PRC proof set, 8-piece proof set. It's the most sorted, low mintage of 660 set estimate. The rare proof set, China modern issue, Xinyang Mint. 1964 Hong Kong patent, $1. The Victoria Gothic bust, popular. The ex-Sir Hercules Robinson, the 5th Hong Kong governor, extremely rare, unlisted, PCGS proof 653. Okay, 1969 Singapore Lighthouse, 150-year anniversary founding of Singapore. The mintage of 500 pieces. This is the rarest Singapore coin. The modern year PCGS Auto Camel 68. 1863 Thailand 8 baht in gold, Rama 4. This coin is such a problem-free without any noticeable blemish. Very pleasant looking coin. This is among the few early Thai coins have been issued. NGC MS63